Well, good morning, friends. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's strong, the stories are real, and the wrenches never stop turning. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you from the Car Connection Workshop, where the smell of fresh oil and a little elbow grease is all part of a balanced breakfast. And around here, we don't just talk cars, we live them. Whether it's a 25-year-old Jeep Wrangler getting a second chance at life, or Nissan Rogue getting its brakes back in order, or a mystery leak that's got every one of us scratching our heads. This is where we roll up our sleeves and get it done with a little wit, a little wisdom, and a whole lot of fun. Car Connection isn't just about nuts, bolts, and diagnostics. It's about connection. Connection to our vehicles, to the people who drive them, and to the community that keeps Niagara rolling. Because when you fix a car, you're not just turning a wrench, you're restoring someone's confidence, freedom, and maybe even their sanity. Yeah, that is so true. We're here each and every week for you at drive time, 8 in the morning, Monday through Saturday, working to help you keep your ride safe, reliable, and ready for whatever lies ahead on the roadways. So whether you're a weekend renter, a daily commuter, or someone who just wants to understand what that strange rattle really means. So welcome aboard. Stick around for some shop talk, expert advice, maybe even a few good laughs, and maybe a story or two. But here in the Car Connection Workshop, we're keeping it real, and we're glad that you stopped by this morning. Remember, keep your eyes on the road and on the other guy. Make sure your morning drive beverage is locked securely into the cup holder, and let's get started. Well, I first would like to say thank you to all of you, all y'all, for tuning in and joining us here on whatever platform you're listening on. This is the iHeartRadio platform, but we're also on Spotify and Apple, yes, and Amazon Music, and a lot of other platforms. So if you're looking for us on the platform that you choose and select your podcast from, just search Car Connection Workshop, and you'll find all the information that you'll need to connect is available for you. And I always put all the links, all the information in the description of every single podcast on iHeart and all the major platforms. So if you're looking to connect, I make it easy for you. The best way to connect with us, though, is to go to our Car Connection Business Network.com website. The short form is CCBUS as in Sam, NET.com, CCBusnet.com. On the homepage, you'll see a bunch of logos for businesses. Those are our program partners, and they've been part of Car Connection Radio for a long time. And this year we've stepped away from radio and moved completely over to podcasting. We want to be able to reach a lot bigger audience and more people from all corners of the earth. So that's our thoughts behind the change for 2026. And we're getting started early so that we can get our ducks in a row and help you and introduce ourselves to you and let you know who we are. I've been on radio for 31 years, and it was time to reach a much bigger platform, and what better way to do it than through our YouTube channel, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and our Facebook, our Instagram, our Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. We're tied in with local businesses that are close by our studio here on the South Shores of Fort Erie. Some wonderful smaller to medium-sized family-owned and operated businesses in Stevensville. My pops lives there. They've lived there for about 42 years now. So I like to support local, and so you'll find us there, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. Click on the Businesses tab, and you can open our profile page. You can connect with an email there, and can also connect with all the wonderful businesses that are unique shops and eateries in downtown Stevensville, Ontario. Well, you can also connect with us right here on iHeart and all the podcasting platforms. But on our website, there's a website form there. The businesses that have been a part of Car Connection are there for you. Just click on their logo, open the page, and you can say, Niall Motormouth Jenkins sent me. They've known me. They're part of our Car Connection family for many years. So I'd like to say thank you to Crystal Ridge Dream Center for being our local outreach fundraising organization, nonprofit, serving men, women, and children, meals, love, and hope, and changing lives one at a time in the entire Niagara region. And you can connect, you can volunteer, you can be part of the community, you can be a one-time giver, you can give a little bit each month that all adds up. You can send some gift cards in. There's all kinds of ways that you can connect and work together with the outreach program that is making a difference in the community. To Earl and Louise Grant at City Auto Sales and Leasing in the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, our premier pre-owned auto store. Low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. That's City Auto Sales and Leasing. Pre-owned. They look like brand new, folks. I kid you not. Earl and Louise are both car guys. They've been in the resale business for 25 years. And I'll tell you, you will feel like you've come home when you're buying a car there, any kind of vehicle. They do keep a fair size inventory, but if you don't see what you're looking for, let Earl and Louise do the legwork for you, because they're well connected with lots of resources to find that specific vehicle you're looking for. They do in-house leasing, also financing, whether you got good credit, bad credit, no credit. A family awaits you at City Auto Sales and Leasing. Let them know I sent you. Rita and Ramiz Shanuda in Scarborough at Rainbow Motors and Garage. They have a small car lot. They have resources there as well. Sales and service that you can trust. And Rita and Ramiz have been with us for, wow, I want to say 15 years now, 12 to 15 years. It's great to have them with us. They're in Scarborough, and they will take great care of you. You are in good hands at Rainbow Motors Garage Sales and Service that can help you. They fix all makes and models, including light commercial vehicles. To our certified financial planning professionals, two of the best in all of Canada, Tony Miele, Larry Tetro. They are my brothers from my other mothers. From my other mother or mothers? 50 years experience as fiduciaries with IG Wealth Management. I'll tell you, you hang on to their coattails, because they'll navigate you through what sometimes seems like very treacherous waters. Whether you have a portfolio or you're in debt up to your eyeballs and can't see your way around it, through it, over it, or under it, estate planning, mortgages, and more. You are entitled to an hour and a coffee with them at no cost, no sales, no gimmicks, no nothing. Tony and Larry, I've known them for well over 20 years. They are my personal certified financial planning professionals. And when I say sit down and get that discovery meeting, it will change things for you. Absolutely. You know, banks are there to make interest on your money, and you get nothing. So if you do have a portfolio with the bank, please take that time to sit down with them for that hour and a coffee. Niagara Block, 5,000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. Building Canada since 1931. Building and hardscape landscaping materials available to you, 905-356-2221. Again, they're all available to you on our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. If you or someone you know is suffering with any kind of addiction whatsoever, we have Total Freedom Darien Center, New York, and Total Freedom Sydney, Manitoba, Canada. That's what they specialize in. It's not a program. It's a life change, a heart change, a life change. If you're Canadian, you can get to the campus at Darien Center, New York. They will get you there if that's what you want. If you're ready to deal with whatever that addiction is, check them out on our website. Sydney, Manitoba, Total Freedom Sydney. You'll have to Google that. We haven't got a profile page up yet, but they're tied right in with Total Freedom Darien Center, New York, and that's a men-only campus. And Rick and Robin are the facilitators there, and they also have been, through the program, and receive the heart change because they too tell their testimony of the addictions they suffered with. So enough said on all of that. We are blessed to have them with us because without them, the program won't be here. It's that simple. So thank you to all of you. Connect. We have our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, iHeart, and our merch store, all available at the click of your mouse or your finger, whatever it may be, on the top right-hand corner of the homepage at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. So let's jump right in. I got a couple of Motormouth tech tips for you today. They're winter tech tips. So if you got a crayon, a notepad, a brown paper bag, this would be your opportunity to take some notes. And all our podcasts are archived on our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. Just click, find the archive section, and away you go. Select by date and topic, and you can open it, share it, get it out there. Share it with your family and friends, and share this podcast with your family and friends as well. Well, we're on winter tech tip number 15, just in case you were counting. Keeps me on track. How's the coffee this morning? Yeah, it's Thursday morning. The weekend is almost here. Amazing. Do you know why? Can we have a swiggy together? Keep your eye on the road if you're driving. Let's do it on 3, 2, 1. Don't want to waste this really good cup of Joe. That is nectar right there. All right, winter tech tip number 15. If you hear squealing on cold starts, it's likely the belt. Ignore it long enough, you'll be walking to Tim Hortons instead of driving. I talked about a little bit in the last episode of the Car Connection Workshop, so if you want to check in there, you'll find it. If you're hearing squealing or chirping or some kind of chuffing sound, more than likely it's the serpentine drive belt. And what I talked about in that podcast was the vehicles today have one serpentine belt. So one belt drives all the components. What does that mean? Water pump, it drives off the crankshaft of the engine, so that's the drive. And then the driven components are water pump, power steering, air conditioning, and there's some other boodly doodlies in there, like the belt tensioner and some idler pulleys, so the belt is tracking all the way around all the pulleys. So when that sucker snaps, it's about 16 feet long or longer, depending on the size of the engine you have and the total number of pulleys to get that serpentine belt around and operating all the accessories. Oh, did I forget alternator? Yeah, that would be probably another one. The belt would go around. So in my mind, I'm visualizing the pulleys, and somehow I missed the electro whirler, the alternator. So when that belt breaks, all that stuff stops turning. No power steering, no air conditioning. Who cares at this point? Alternator and power steering. Did I say that already? Maybe. Water pump. Huge. Because when the water pump's not turning, the engine's still running. It's going to overheat just as fast in the winter as in the middle of July in the summer. The engine will overheat, and you don't want any catastrophic mechanical failure. So make sure if you hear some funny noises from under the hood, get it to the shop and let them check that serpentine drive belt. And here's what I recommend. Regardless of mileage, it's rubber, and you know what we have? UV rays and very hot temperatures under the hood. It's hot enough under the hood of a car today, in excess of 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's super hot under there. That's why all this plastic and stuff in the front of the car that, you get hooked up on one of those curb stones and you rip it off and you go, well, we don't need that. Yes, you do. They're called air dams. And we need those in place to direct air to get that hot air out from under the hood of the engine. Lots of airflow. So all that plastic stuff that you think it's just there for show and no go, not true. It's all there for engineering specifics, for airflow to get that engine cool down and get lots of airflow through the radiator. So I say that to say this, that belt is made of rubber. Heat is the enemy. It rots it out. UV rays rot it out. So 2 years, regardless of mileage, that belt should be seriously monitored and replace it, because I've seen it when it happens. The belt breaks. That belt is whipping around underneath the hood, tearing things apart. And the last one I had to fix was just under $5,000, $5,000 to fix the damage from a serpentine belt that it didn't fall right off. It was wrapped around the engine pulley at the bottom while the engine was still running. And so there was about 10 feet of that belt whipping around under the hood. It even bulged the hood. It damaged the hood. There was a great big bulge in the hood. It was a mess. Radiator, windshield washer, overflow bottle, and other hoses and stuff cleanly ripped right off. Pulled the whole side of the radiator right into the cooling fans. It was a mess. So keep that in mind. If you hear squealing, chuffing, scraping, or anything that sounds abnormal coming from under the hood, get that belt checked before it breaks. Cost you a fortune to get everything fixed afterwards. So Motormouth Tech tip number 16, keep your trunk light working. You know why? Because if you have to go digging for those jumper cables that you put in there, which were in another tech tip, in the pitch black, it's like a winter workout nobody asked for. And I get it, because that's happened to me. The trunk light's not working. I'm in a dark area. That was before flashlights on the cell phones. Okay, I just want to say that. And it was so dark in the trunk, I couldn't have found anything in there. So you want to make sure your trunk light works and that you have some way of illuminating the cargo area to find those jumper cables. And I mentioned, we talked about that, boosting. Either you're boosting someone as being a friendly neighbor or a friend, or they're boosting you. Read your manual specifically to prevent your car from being damaged. There's usually a chapter in the owner's manual to tell you and show you how to do that. And a lot of times with all the different makes and models, there are specifics that need to be followed in order to receive a boost or give a boost to someone else from your car. And the same applies to the boost vehicle, to the vehicle being boosted. Whatever year, make, and model that is, a look in the owner's manual will save you a lot of heartaches. You got to listen to that podcast, because I tell a story about that where a neighbor helped a neighbor. It was winter, gave him a boost. His computer blew up in his car, over $1,000. And it really brought some animosity between them. They were the best of friends. And then one of them put their house up for sale and left because they just could not iron it out. It was ugly. So check out that podcast, because that's real stories here in the Car Connection Workshop. I got lots of years to share with you. I am a fully licensed, qualified auto technician, light truck and passenger vehicles, as well as highway trucks and coaches, diesels, all sizes and equipment. And I'll tell you, there's lots of stories from this fella. I was licensed. I got my licenses in Toronto, sat down, wrote the 4.5-hour exam in 1988. Okay, we move on. Let's not digress. What did I want to talk about today? Well, I want a reminder that this time of year, don't forget to keep an eye on your tire pressures. If your vehicle's not equipped with a low-pressure monitoring system for the tires, then you are the monitor. Okay? That means you need to buy a $5 tire gauge, learn how to use it, and you know what? We'll do a YouTube video on that for you. Just how to check and test your tire pressures, because there's a number of areas and there's some discrepancies on what's the tire pressure set at. Go to the door jamb sticker on the car and use that setting. But here, I have a really big problem with that Because what if your vehicle is on its third set of tires since the vehicle was manufactured and created on the assembly line, and the tires that it left the factory with are not the tires that are on it now? And here's the question I've always had. Do vehicle manufacturers make tires? No. Should they be telling you what the tire companies want their tires, specific tires, want to be inflated at? Or the car manufacturer? This is where I've always had this. This is the Rubicon. Vehicle manufacturers don't make tires. Tire manufacturers make tires. Their engineers design it, they build it, they sell it. So the information on the sidewall of the tire, that's the information I follow. Why? The tire manufacturers, engineers, they design, make, build, sell the tire and what the tire pressures should be set at. The tire has nothing to do with the manufacturer whatsoever that's building the car. And this is where there was a problem a number of years ago. Maybe some of you remember with, that was the Ford, not the Expedition, not the, which one was that? Explorer. The Ford Explorer, they were rolling over. They were skidding out of control because the tire pressures were set too low according to the door jamb sticker. And then the tires that were on there, the Ford was throwing the tire manufacturer under the bus. And the tire manufacturer's going, well, the door jamb sticker, that's not the air pressure we want our tires set at. It's the tire pressure on the sidewall of the tire. Not what you came up with, Ford Motor Company. So it was a huge lawsuit. And I'll tell you what, I sided with the tire manufacturer right away. Why? Again, tire manufacturers have engineers and designers creating tires, different makes and models of tires for all kinds of vehicles. They put a lot of information on the sidewall of the tire for the use of their product, not the vehicle they're going on. The information on the tire is what the engineers have designed the tire to be run at or inflated at, or how much weight the tire can handle. See where I'm going? So I'll do a video on that and make sure we get that up on our YouTube channel so we can take a look at all the information on the sidewall of the tire and show you where it says the maximum inflation level is. I can't even tell you on any one of the vehicles that we use here at the Car Connection Workshop what the manufacturer suggests, because I don't even go there. I go right to the sidewall of the tire. That's it. The tire size, yes, matches what the vehicle left the factory with. I don't mess with that. Whatever the size is on the door jamb sticker for the tires from the vehicle manufacturer, that's what I put on. So I'm following the sidewall of the tire. Whatever make, manufacturer tire it is, that information is on the sidewall of every single one. So tire pressures are important heading into the winter, because if they're overinflated or underinflated, the vehicle handling is affected 100%. And you can have cheap, nasty, crappy tires on your vehicle, and it can be a really nice riding vehicle. And I've experienced this many times. Really nice vehicle, lousy tires. Take the cheapies off, put on a tire that's designed and manufactured for that year, make, and model, and it brings that baby alive. And you can feel it when you drive it. Oh, yeah. And I can tell. You take and here's where you can really tell. I like Volkswagens. I like a lot of European cars. I have a Saab. And you know what? There's no cheapy tires on there. They're your tires that the manufacturer recommend for European cars. I've driven a Volkswagen with cheaper tires on, and it's like, wow, this thing's like handling like a piece of junk. Swap the tires out, put on a really nice European-style tire for European cars, and all of a sudden it's like, am I in the same car? It makes a huge, huge difference. So, I mean, if you're in a situation where your tires are done, steel belts are hanging out, my brother likes tires like that. I don't know if he still does, but always seemed like he really liked tires with the steel belt hanging out. Ripped my hand open one time, changing some tires. I didn't expect it. Didn't have my gloves on. Grabbed the tire, ripped my hand wide open with the wires hanging out. Yeah, I was cheesed off because it was sore for weeks. But anyways, I don't want to digress here, but those aren't tires. They're round and black. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're in a situation like that where you got no tread left, you got like a baloney skin, a tire tread left, which isn't much, you got to have safety. If you can't stop it, steer it, nothing else matters. You got to have grip. You got to be able to have control of the car. So if you got to go for a cheaper tire to at least be on the road safe, then that's where I say, you know what? You got to get what you got to get based on your budget. But what you got with the steel belts hanging out or the Baldinis, yeah, that's not good. That's a wreck. That's a train wreck just waiting to happen. It's not an if, it's a when. So in that particular case, that's where I even say, you know what? Go to the recycle yards. You can get some great deals there, and rubber that's, 85% or more. Just check the production date on the tire, and we'll cover that in that video. So we will do a tire segment this week. Actually, filming's done for this week. We video every Monday, and we put 3 new videos up every week. So, yeah, we'll shoot that video this coming Monday. I'll set it all up with Skippy, my videographer. We'll shoot that. We'll go over all the information on the sidewall and tire, and we'll need some really good lighting so that you can see it, and we can walk through what the sidewall of a tire means so that you will know that as well. So, ladies, you'll be able to check your tire pressures and adjust them yourself. So we'll go through that and put that together just for you. Excuse me. I need a little more coffee. That's the problem. Do you mind? Can I have a second? It's cooling off. Yep, I think that one's done. So tires are important. But again, like I said, if you only have a limited budget, you can pick up some pretty good deals at the recycle yards and get some used ones. I've gotten some great deals out of a recycle yard in St. Catharines. Great deals. I picked up a set of German-made winter tires for our little 09 Hyundai Accent. And I'll tell you, those things are incredible. And I looked them up online and how much I paid for them. And they were about 80% rubber. This will be their second season. I just put them on last week. They still look like nothing's worn off of them. And we'll probably get another 2 years out of those. And I paid $30 a piece for those. They were $140 a piece online. Wow. Great deal. That was a great deal. Good money saver. So again, if the budget's tight, you got that option. Check out some of the recycle yards and see if you can find a set that fits your vehicle. My pops found a great set. Same location, year before last for his Lexus, and got some winter rims as well. The guy, he knows me. He hooked them up pretty good. Really good, I got to say. Really, really good. Pops was really happy. Really, he got these really nice sporty rims and tires. Yeah, great deal. He got a winter tire package put together at a very good price. You can sometimes pick tires up off the interwebs as well, but get something on the vehicle all the way around. It's better to have something on there that all matches all 4 corners than to have mix-match tires. Don't do that. I do not recommend that at all, because when you mix-match, or is it mix-match? Let's try that. mix match to your tires. So you got different treads and tires on the back, different tread and tires on the front. The car does not track the same. You want all 4 tires, same tire manufacturer, same model tire, same tread design, exactly the same. Now you got a vehicle that will track no matter what the road condition is in the winter, will track properly. And again, winter tires, not all season. We just put one more video up, summer all season tires versus winter. I just did a really great video. That'll be loading up next week. So we shot that on Monday of this week, and we're 1 week ahead. So what we filmed this week goes into next week, and what we film next week goes in the week after, and that's how it works. You'll have to check and see if it's up on our YouTube channel. I haven't looked. I do have some videos that I need to do the edits, the titles. I'm checking my list here right now. Do you mind? Just for you. Yes. That episode on our YouTube channel will be loaded, and it's scheduled for Friday, November the 28th. Final episode on summer versus winter tires. And it's hands-on. And I did a really cool test to show you the science behind all season versus winter. And then that's I said to Skippy, my videographer, I promise that's the last video we'll do on all season summer tires versus winter tires. But now I got to tell her we're going to do another tire segment. It's okay. It's all good. That's the whole purpose of Car Connection. The Car Connection Workshop is to educate you, have some fun at the same time, but you're going to learn always 5 things. What it is, where it is, how it works, why it matters, and what could you have learned and done to have changed the outcome of having to spend money to fix stuff that if you just understood the components a little better, you'd cost yourself a whole lot less stress and less money on the repair bills. So I'm here for you, and I'm pulling for you because I can save you a lot of money if you follow what I tell you. Check in with our YouTube channels, like, subscribe, share, you know the deal. Comments down below. If there's something you'd love to see, send me a comment, send me an email. Connect through carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com and all the other technical devices we have, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We got the package, and you can find us. So till next time, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you the next day, which will be Friday. So today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. The weekend is just about here. It doesn't get any better than that. Drive safe and happy motoring, friends. Watch out for the other guy. And hey, put that coffee on. We'll come to your house. You've been tuned to the Car Connection Workshop on iHeartRadio and all platforms. Come and visit us. Be a part of our community. We'd love to have you. Bye for now.